Hey, contractors, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. My name is John Bergman, and I am the author of the book that you just ordered, the ebook. First, let me thank you for ordering that. I hope that you get as much out of it as most of my clients have told me that they have after reading it. They hear things like it's spot on, you haven't pulled any punches, and so on. And so I hope you get the same value from it. The reason I wrote the book is, and I'll start by asking you a couple of questions because this is the real reason that I wrote the book in the first place. I've been a business coach for the construction industry primarily for about 30 years now. When I wrote the book, it was about 25 years, so that's been a while. But let me ask you a couple of questions real quick. First of all, is your business running your life or supporting your life? You know, so many contractors that I have talked to and worked with and met with over the years have told me that they're just buried. They just feel like that they're working 10, 12 hours a day, sometimes 6, 7 days a week. They have no life at all. It's just all about the business. And if that's true for you, it's just really, it isn't necessary. Second question, of course, then it goes along that line is, are you working too many hours with too much stress? And again, I hear that so often from contractors, and it hurts me because I know that it doesn't have to be that way. Does not have to be that way. And as you go through this, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And as you read the book, you'll find out that there is a way out of this. All right. So again, you don't have to give up your life in order to have a successful business. So 3 years ago, when I wrote this book, at this point, it's 5 years ago when I wrote this book, it was to show contractors that having a successful business and a successful life is not separate. You can do both. You can kind of have your cake and eat it too. So in the book, I wrote it so that you could learn how to do a business plan. Most contractors don't do a business plan, they do project planning, but they don't do a business plan per se. Most of the contractors I've met with are working on the jobs, and so they're focused on the work to be done rather than the business to be done. And that's just backwards. So the book will show you how to do a business plan, help you develop financial systems and controls so that you know your numbers, you can stay on track. You'll learn your break-even point, how to do job costing, etc. You'll learn how to delegate with some predictability. You know, getting your employees to take on a greater sense of ownership is really important, and believe it or not, it can be done. I often hear contractors say things, well, you can't find good people anymore. Well, certain times that's true, but the other side of that is sometimes it's a management issue, and you need to step up to the plate and recognize that. So this book that I wrote is truly a step-by-step guide to show contractors how to transition the business from one that runs your life to one that supports your life. So why should you listen to me? I think that's probably a darn good question. I would be asking the same thing. And let me just tell you from my point of view, I've been a business coach for more than 30 years for contractors. In that time, I've worked with every trade that's out there, framers, concrete, drywall, roofers, electricians, you name it, I've been there. I also work with general contractors, civil engineering firms, structural engineering firms, and just anything to do with construction. One of the observations that I've made over the years is that far too many contractors end up going through divorce or serious family problems, marital problems. Some have turned to alcohol. I've also seen contractors that didn't pay enough attention to the business be embezzled by girlfriends, by people they trust. It's just amazing to me how much money can disappear when you don't have the structure or the systems in place to really control your business. And all this is because they've let the business control their life instead of supporting their life. Now, when I talk this, so from my point of view, I explained to you what I've been doing, but here, you know, as you scroll down this page, you'll see that there's some comments from some of my clients that tell it from their point of view. I mean, I could say anything, I wouldn't, but I could. But when you scroll down the page and you see what my clients had to say, you begin to realize, hey, you know what? Maybe this guy knows something, and maybe I really should pay attention. Now, what I've done, a lot of contractors that have tried to read the ebook have told me that it's really difficult for them to find enough time to sit in front of the computer and read the book, although they found that it's worthwhile. So I put together an offer that I hope you'll like and take advantage of. I want to send you an actual paper book copy of the book for those who have time to read the book. A lot of times contractors say, you know, I don't have enough time to read. Can you make me an audio copy? And so I made an audio copy of the book so that you can listen to it on the truck on the road. You know, you're heading off to a job or something like that. You can listen to a chapter at a time. And I'm also going to do some podcast shortly, but right now it's an audio book. I've also done video trainings to show you exactly how to go through and set up these spreadsheets and calculate your numbers, your overhead allocation, your labor burden, your job costing, all of that. I've done this in videos, and I'm also giving you the spreadsheet so that all you have to do is to plug in your numbers and it will automatically calculate the number that you look at. Look, there's very little that's more important in the construction business than knowing your numbers, understanding your break even on the job so that you can calculate your break even and then come back and job cost. But how did we do? This is what we expected. How did it work out that way? There's no other way to improve your business if you don't take the time to job cost and to look at your numbers. So I've tried to give you all the tools that you'll need in order to be able to do that job. So you'll get the video training, the spreadsheets, and so on and so forth, and you'll really be able to get this job done. So again, I hope you'll take advantage of my offer that I'm giving you. I've tried to do it as economically as possible. I'm available for phone calls, emails, whatever you want in order to help you along the way. Because again, my job, as I view it, is to help you get your company to support your life and not run your life. Have a blessed day, have a blessed evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is, and I look forward to sending you the material and getting you on track if that's what you need. Thank you very much for listening.